Now I want to talk about the rule of law, right? Rule of law. In fact, I believe that's the devil's favourite thing. Words are powerful, get you to believe things, to get the education to be a certain way. All countries do it, right? It's a little bit like the religion thing. If you grow up with religion, it takes years to get over it, right? That's how synced in. It's like a habit. It's a rule of habit. You might as well say their law is. And the sad thing about it, when it comes to righteousness in the Bible and how it explains love and all that shit, how it wins, they have never even got one country yet, as I've talked about. Right? This is why I laugh and I go, and soon I won't even listen to it. And just go, I wouldn't even sit at their meetings because I already know what they got to say. Shit, it might be 5 minutes, something different kind of thing. Maybe a little bit of a change. You can let me know about that later, what was different. But other than that, I wouldn't hang around their meetings or even worry about anything they got to say because their religion is business. And that's a failure, and it's bound to failure. It's bound to have a bad history into the future. I don't want that story. I don't want to be involved in it. As I hook to the righteous side, I believe that doing nice and having a balance is better than just business and you be okay in your bubble. But in the end, and these people go, but I do it for my kids. But that scheme, in the end, destroys your kid's future. And you just go, let's be happy now while we're here. And we can say, look, we're the best. That's what business is. That's what the human history has done. That's their laws. And they've tweaked it over time. And as they tweak, we go backwards. You ever heard of us go backwards? Some people have to restart, lose everything, their home, everything. That's humans. Humans collectively, the history shows it, they're wasting their time right now because they haven't got the basics done. Like a parent saying to the kids, look, you're looking good now, you overspend now, you got credit now, you better hope that this doesn't happen, but it won't happen. You'll lose your job and you're going to lose everything. Right? And that's the system. Lose your system, you lose everything. And people can only be pushed so far and shit like that, and you're pushing people, it's bound to break down. Then you have the other things. So if you have that, that's bad enough. It'll collapse by itself. But if you bring in other things to attack it, that can make it collapse quicker. Which is what it shows in human history. Holy fucking shit. Right? And so when it comes to these people who speak fucking law, there is no righteous law except the Bible, and no country can stick to it. They can't even fucking translate it properly. They've got all these different translations out there. It's pretty fucking sad, right? Until they can get that righteous law to be righteous with the science they know and be it, and they can't because they argue for how many years in politicians, because they don't even have enough time to finish the speech and they got other shit to go, you know what I mean? They haven't got the basics. Where you need to speak, you should speak all the time you want. Right? But they've got a system where you can't. They've made a system that I've already believed and calculated. The anatomy is not a good one. And it's getting deeper into their anatomy path. If you check it out, this will happen next, this will happen next. And it is. Fucking amazing. Right? So they're using right now what I call, because it's not righteous and it's not to the standard yet, and it's a system that's going to collapse, they're telling you, the devil is telling you that it's the law, right? Now, guess what else has the law? Fucking ants outside. They've got a law, right? North Korea has a law. Do you get that law, that word, means nothing in the end unless it's righteous? And righteous means it will work, machine, over and over and over and over and over again. You're going to get that. But your system hasn't even got there yet. It's only a machine for 10%ers, for the hungry, for the rich. Always been like that. Every time it collapses, they come back in because they've got all the tools because of the previous system. So only you guys could wake up collectively and see that because it's so big and so spread out and so corrupted that you can't. Right? You have to start off with one bubble and spread, and in history it's never succeeded. The Romans got so far and all these things, they've never succeeded because they haven't got righteous. And I believe if you have this path where plenty of plenty, forgiveness, learning, right, don't judge everyone, they're sinners, and all, there's a path where I believe it could create heaven on it. The Bible talks about it, but yet we can't get to the basics. In fact, we're constantly going around and around. Right now, we're losing freedom. Then we've got war for it. It's the devil. We're going to war for it again. Because use all our business, which is the devil. Because business helps someone who creates it, right? The one fella, the big man, isn't it? Right? It's not a balanced thing. And then if all of them become powerful, which they have been for 50 years, means the rich, super rich have got all the money, not the governments. And then they got to pay them, and they put in the bit, they're taking it. It's getting further and further, right? And then you get these leaders that go, it's just this, it's just that, and they believe that their rules are right, and they're not. If you calculate that shit, they should start doing it into a computer algorithm that will see their shit collapse instead of looking at the weather with it, right? Perhaps the weather and themselves, and then they should show their real answers of them, right? Of how far things go. You'll even see how far they can push you. They probably use it to push you, right? Sad, isn't it? That we've got all the answers, but it's held back by just a few. And you all get answers and problems out there because of just a few, like we're losing the knives here and stuff. You get it? You get it? Because your rules are wrong. The basic shit is wrong. And you're telling people to listen to the law, but it's wrong. Why do you think they're upset? But you come in like a Hitler, like all history does, and goes, it's this way. I've got all the tools and I'm going to make it that way. When are we going to have a righteous country come in not like a Hitler, right? Don't even have to have all the tools. We keep telling them it's not about how much you got, it's how you fucking use it, isn't that? Right? Like why we were tough back in World War II, and now we don't even have that. Look at us. We can't even have fucking knives, us Australians. How tough are we? You get it? If some person told me as a warrior, oh, well, let's get Australians in, I'll laugh. You go, you're kidding me, right? They're not even allowed to have knives. What kind of army would they be? Do you get that? They're an army that would get crushed. I would love to come in and crush them because they're pansies. They probably have no knife experience now, right? Worse than the last time. What a bunch of it. They've got no gun experience, except the ones that are trained, but that country has the same amount, and they've got the people. That one's better. America, of course. You get it? That's what I keep talking about. America's a little closer to the righteousness in certain areas, but then not in the other. Opposite in the other, which is a sad thing. Right? So when I hear this dickhead here, sorry I call him that, but to me, they're a dickhead. A dickhead's a dude that just doesn't see the point. You dickhead. Right? And you think you're all that. You're a dickhead. Right? I've got plenty of them around me. Going, oh, you want me to answer questions? Fuck no. I never asked anyone to answer questions. I'm trying to educate you, you dickhead. All you do is twist shit. Right? Look at you. You're doing what I used to do. And what did you do to me? And all I did was show you how to be a man, and you shitted on me. I guess that's what you did to Jesus. You get it? You people are God's fucking virus, man. And he probably left a long time ago and goes, shit, hopefully they'll kill themselves and I'll come back. Fuck. That could be a righteous way. You get how you can twist all these words, you go, this could work early. But really, in the end, just fucking grow a brain. Use the education. 2,000 years later and what? You're repeating? What the fuck? Because of what? Because you get this dickhead that likes to get the book, right? Like in that show fucking, what's it called? I forget the name of it. Book of Eli, isn't it? That's all you people out there in groups. That motherfucker. Aren't you? To take it from the one that's meant to spread it like Jesus was. You get it? You don't stop. And you know who you are, and then you block the truth, and then you deny it to your sheep. So it doesn't stop. You see? Isn't that sad? So you hear bullshit like this North Korea dickhead uses the shame, crack and crap. And what is that? They program you like religion people do and other cults do by saying that the law is God. The law is not God. The law will always change, and there's priorities, a basic law, which is what some countries would call the top 10 list of their rules that can't change, right? Constitution. But the Constitution needs to be updated sometimes, which I've talked about, as things change, right? But you do it, and there's a big group, and you do it right, and you do it with science and shit like that, right? And you upgrade your Constitution. And then all the other laws, well, they upgrade and change all the time as time changes, as people become different. As they become better, you have less laws. As they become more pansies and fucking assholes, you have more laws. And what do we see today? What do we see today? Everywhere around the country, we're seeing failure, and then we hear these bubbles going, oh, it's so fucking great, bubblehead. You know what I mean? Because all we see is failure, and these people in their bubbles think it's great, they've got good jobs and shit, good for them, but they're a bubble. Don't ever start saying we're succeeding unless half the world is successful. That's what they would say, isn't it, when they go to elect a dickhead leader. Right? Half the world's not successful. They're struggling. The good countries now are struggling, so you can imagine what the other ones are. They're in war. Because of what? Because of the policies and the rip-off. And this dickhead, which is I'm about to play now, that likes to program you, and that's how North Korea did it too, by using the devil's word. And it'll always be there until they can finally get it right, which is the law, right? In Star Trek, it works for them. They've got a law, right? But they erred to that spot where it was right, and so did all the other ones. But Star Trek Voyages was the best. You get it? Where's our best? And that's on to the words that I'm trying to say to go, and then they call it a fucking fantasy. Holy shit. No wonder yous are doomed. So have a listen to this dickhead, and he's programming you to understand the law. And then once he gets that, guess what else he can do? Because it's the devil. Now this is the law, now this is the law, now this. Get it? That's so easy. It's easy too. So that means put me in. You're a law-abiding citizen? Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. Alcohol. Bam. Boom. All those people are competent, even if it's your dad and your mum. You better fucking say sorry, okay? It's the law. You're wrong now, motherfucker. Go to jail. Boom, boom, boom. Next one, next one, next one. Are you a law-abiding citizen? Because if you are, well, you know what that actually means now? Definitely in that scale. You're a fucking coward, cheap piece of crap, and you need someone. And you'll hand over and kill anything like what Jesus said to do in the Bible. So I guess you're working for the devil now. You're not you anymore. You've lost your freedom. But your Bibles, you're contradicting yourself. Constantly, everywhere, aren't you? How could you live a Bible when it's the law? I guess the Bible now is a fucking fantasy to get donations. Isn't it amazing? Because they can't even live on that. You hear politicians go, oh, the Bible's the thing. But it's not. It's a business promotion. Sounds good. You get it? Now listen to this, dickhead, what I mean by the law once they programmed you. Bang! Okay, ants? Now the ant has a law, and it's actually a righteous one. It means they've made it so they live. They've gotten through. And in their era, in their evolution, they've probably got the heaven law. Means they do quite well as ants on this planet, don't they? They fry better than us. You get that, motherfuckers? So that means their law at that time is right. See how God has the animals in the right law? Do you see that? Do you understand that? That the animals have the basic righteous law, which I've talked about in clips before, more than us. We're actually more fucked. Right? We kill for pleasure, we have all these sins, right? Animals don't go that far. A lion could sit there and go, yeah, I know there's all this prey around, but I only kill one and eat. And they get a nice balance. He doesn't sit there and go, shit, I can kill that cunt right now. Actually, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to throw it over to my mate over there. He doesn't need to go hunt now. No, they're all individuals. They do their own thing. They've actually got more of the basics, more than what we have. We've never got there right. We get it and then we lose it. We get it. The animals, we call it instinct to them. Where's our instinct to be the fucking devil, mate? Selfish creatures. What a great instinct, isn't it? If it's there, let's grab it. Mine's like, fucking loot them all. Let me just go, voila, kill them all now. Right? But it doesn't. Why? Why is that? Just think about it. But anyway, let's chuck this dickhead on.
It could be
trying to get that little key point, because we all get educated, and I understand that thing, where you go, fuck, I get it now. You put I fucking get it. Right? I'm not propaganda going, it's the law, you know the law, yeah, you know the law. Okay, now it's this. I can program robots, it's really easy. Huh? We're not meant to be that.
But
we're meant to own them, not be them. Isn't that right?
And if you take an oath of office to
hear this.
Defend the Constitution of the United States,
programming.
You have to reset these norms. You cannot let this stand.
What happens if you get that program? And it's not right. Could you get what I just told you? Now here comes the next one. Load them in.
Information operation.
Yeah.
The Russia hoax and allow that to go unchecked. This really is about baselining constitutional norms.
How are we going to get in there? We label it law.
And that's why it's so important.
It's not labelled righteous. It's this and this and that to get that law. It's just, you got the law now? Yep. Like a fucking robot. That's how your robots can just smash another robot. You get it?
What does that mean? Constitutional norms getting us back to...
Now I like to call this realistic speaking. Something round, something live, something on the internet. But you know what you guys call it out there? Something to attack, something to bully, something to feed off, eh? Most of you. Don't worry, I've already got the locals already showing me that in comments. Check out the comments and shit. What I speak has studied to it, right? What do you speak? Has the word law to it? Does that mean study? Fuck no. You see? Definitely these laws out here, huh? Now let's continue with this guy. Hey, you reckon you can get into trouble from my voice? I'm having your opinion, and these days apparently you can. It's just my opinion. I'm just a little dude. Maybe if you're a big dude, maybe. I'm just a little dude. Just voicing my opinion. And if you got into trouble for that, that's not freedom. You've lost your freedom. I've lost my freedom because I called this guy a dickhead. And in my opinion, he is a dickhead. He wants to know the truth, in my opinion. I just told him. But then they go, no, you can't do that. This is the law. Now you're in trouble. Huh? And but behind the scenes, you can. What? Why is the truth always behind the scenes? You know what I mean? I guess that's part of the devil's system. Because if you want that system, that's a good thing. See, if you always go, why is that over here? You got to get the answer. And then guess what the answers are when you go, it's a good thing for the devil. Oh, I see now. It works out here. Loopholes. Oh, they're there because he needs it every now and then to blackmail and make sure people hook in so he can blackmail. He'll leave it around. You get it? Oh, that's why it's there 10 years later. It was an accident. But I blackmailed all these fuckers. They all got trapped in. I could have fixed it. You get it? That's just one little trick of many tricks you can do with that one thing. And that's it. And to get people to do the tricks even easier, you get them busier. You get them panicking. You make them hungry. We're in a society we shouldn't even go on hungry. So much machinery anyway. But you got that bubble and say, I own this and this, no real connection. And what do you get? Because your system is showing you. And you got to constantly get it because your system is a failure.
Are you able to forecast for us potentially what possible defenses might come with legal team?
Forecast. What is history? It's a fucking forecast. Don't worry about keep looking in the... So first you got to learn from history so you can perhaps forecast better. But if you don't learn, you know your people are repeating that previous history. You know what you can forecast? We're about the same, so we're going to forecast this. But you always have people in dreamland go, I know it's going to be this, this, and this, and this. But you haven't changed the basic priorities, what you've always had back here, so your forecast is really back there. Do you get it? Because we haven't even proven for 10 years, 20 years, collectively, too, that we've got our basics right and we can stabilise that market thing. And third, and all the priority is. Huh? But you don't. It's the devil. Fucking how much can I take? Oh, it goes down. All right, be nice, guy. I could be nice. Right? That's... You just make money. And then he's like, and then you ever see that diver go further down? And then he's like, oh, she hit there. I could be nice. Right? It's fucking funny. That's your market system. That's the rich people sucking you dry. Now, get in there. It's a little bit like religion. That's their donations. They go, oh no, you're going to be rich, you're going to be rich. And then they're rich. It's a bit like religion. Religion's like, oh, they do all these, and yet individually it doesn't work unless you want it to work together. Right? You work together, you can make it work. But other than that, it's pretty much you're feeding that. It's the same similar system. That's why if you look into the future, they're still wanting to be fed. They can't even look after themselves. In fact, if you don't feed that system, it collapses. They shut down. You see, because all it does is feed. And it's giving you, it's a smart ass, it's giving you wisdom, so it feeds. That's where it's getting its money from. Tricks you. Huh? And it tells you that everything's going to be better even itself, but it can't even prove it to itself by showing that it can sustain itself with its wisdom that it shows. So it shows you that they can give you wisdom, that they use themselves to make money so you can make money. But they tell you to get your shit together, you make money, and then give it to God because they gave you the wisdom. It's like the devil going, you do my work for me. Right? Yeah, let's truck along with this guy for a minute, and then I'll leave it there. Sort out the blood for the day.
His intent didn't have the intent to lie.
I'll even chuck this one up, hey?
It wasn't material. But if you go back to the hearing, I believe it was to Senator.
A lot of these blabs I put on private because, like I said, a lot of people don't understand. Huh? And you know what they'll understand? They'll understand all the little individual attacks. So a robot will go, look, he's attacking the law. Right? He asshole. Look, he's attacking religion. No, I'm not. I'm not attacking at all. I'm speaking truth. In fact, it's sad that it's not succeeding. I want to succeed it, but it'd rather take it from me. Right? And if I believe that it's that, then I'm going to have to slow down, and then it won't. That's what I was just talking about with the churches, how they get it. They take too much, and then people realise, what the fuck? Right? Because it's a collapse. It's not a system that really works. Really, a system really works should be able to sustain and look after itself. That's what our parents say to us as an individual. Huh? That you should get off me parents' titty. Huh? To the basics. But you're just in case. Huh? But really. Huh?
Authorized anybody to speak to the media.
And then when it comes to all the miracles and all these things, they're all got twisted, fucked up the ass and turned into business, or it's nothing. Because once it turns into business, they either take the miracle or they shit on it. Huh? So they all should be seen. Everything should be spoken. But when business is around, you don't get that. Why? Because it's competition. It's business! That's why I said, in the end, the inedible business is to suck this planet dry, and that's why they're looking for another one, the devil already. You get it? That's its outcome. It's like, shit sucked dry, shit, I'm going to have to try to quickly get this next ship to get to the next spot. I'm like, shit, I'm going to die. Because all I do is suck dry. I don't know that balance. I don't like that balance. I just like to take. It's easy for me. And then my people like to be like me, so they're like takers, and our takers become a big group. We've got millions of these takers at the moment. 10% or 1% is millions of numbers. Huh? What happens with that? And the others not caring, eventually the takers win. This is what you see.
It counters that. So that intent is problematic.
And there's no one righteous country for anyone to do anything about it unless we change ourselves. We're actually in our own state of the inedible, which is not good. Our history says we're more likely going to blow ourselves up, pollute the place again. Nature does it for us. Sometimes we're going to do it this time and go back in the hole, go backwards, and then another 2,000 years, perhaps have another chance in that society again. And we've had 100, 200,000 years of that repeat. Huh? As we've gotten smarter, and as we've gotten smarter, it actually can get worse. Definitely if you're a smart kid, but you don't know all the understandings, you've got all the bookworm, and you go out in the real world, you find out that all the knowledge doesn't really come to the sense of the real world. You've got the physical and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Challenges with the jury selection, if they're unheard of it, obviously, so that's an issue. So he's got some defenses, and everybody's entitled to a defense. I mean, this is the United States of America. You're innocent until proven guilty. Although they didn't get
Now, why am I doing that on that? Even that word there is fake. Here in Australia, we definitely don't have it. You know? Yeah? You know why? Because I've gotten statements done onto me, and then the coppers will rock up. You don't even go to court, nothing. No? The coppers can rock up and go, you're dangerous. No? It's already had. You didn't go to court, we gave you a letter. Who gives a fuck? It's all bullshit. I don't... What do I have to... come into this? Isn't it with the law where they'll find out where they check up? No, we don't check up now. We just go, you can't be lying. You know, have you ever heard Bella say that? Oh, they can't be lying. They're all these dickheads. Of course they lie. They actually even say kids don't lie and shit. Fucking idiots. Right? And then next minute you get this piece of paper, because my mum said the same thing. It's like, how are they going to get it? Mum, you watch them. Right? Wait till you get an enemy to do that. If you're too busy, they're going to get this. Here you go, Mum. You go, what the fuck? And then you better have money now. Right? What a way to get more money. The devil does fucking well. And then you have money to go fight that. That's where I'm at. Huh? So it's a little bit like when partners break up and they take all each other's money through parenting courts. Huh? He goes, you're going to have nothing. I'm going to go to court and this waste all your money. They do that. It's sad, isn't it? Because the system itself's the devil. It's not a righteous one. A righteous one should be able to go there, speak, and what is true should cost you nothing. If you want to lie and deceive and fuck around, or you're not that well at what you do, you pay for someone else to help you out because you didn't learn that. But if you've learned something, you should have to go in there and speak. You can't, because you've got to have the devil speak on your behalf. Huh? And when I try to show the truth in the court these days, they go, I don't even need to see that. What's your outcome? I'll just do this for you. But I want even a better outcome. But yeah, but we're going to give you scare tactics. That's what I could get. It's not going to work. You're going to need a lawyer. This is what they tell me. Scare tactics. And if you go in there without a lawyer, our judges favour us lawyers because we're friends. And they'll shit on you because you go, I don't need a lawyer. And then you go, no, I want my money. Right? That's how they work together. I already noticed that pattern. Definitely if it's a good case, it's something big. If it's something small and shit, they go, if it's something big, right? Something they can do, they won't let you do it. They need their fucking face in there. And that's sad. That's what I'm telling them. We're about to spend money to get people to speak what I can't speak. Isn't that shocking? In their doctor writing lingo, as you might as well say. Right? Where they shorten it down, but you can't really shorten down a big story. But they want it to be. And because of all that, they're a failure. The system is a failure. Right? And after that piece of paper was handed to me, now those bad guys are protected. Right? This is a failure of this system. It's pretty bad. It's getting that bad. Right? Now they're protected. So if they try to steal from you or anything, you're going to be the bad guy. If you try to speak to them about what they do and how bad they are, you're going to be the bad guy. Holy fucking shit. In fact, I talked about child abuse. I can hear them abusing. I could go out there and I can see them fucking. They could be doing all this, and if I go out there, go, what the fuck? They're going to go, you want to go to jail? That's what they're saying to me. That's what they're saying to me. If I come out and go, what are you doing? They go, do you want to go to jail, motherfucker? I'm protected. I could call the cops right now after raping a kid, I reckon, because abusing in all sorts of ways. I'm protected. This is the new world here, right here. Fuck. That's why I'm at home. You get it? If I come out and just go, hey, look, you want to go to jail, motherfucker? Take me to jail. Oh, now I'm going to jail. Shit, I better go back into my cave. I'm ashamed of growing up in a system that bullshitted me. And that power is money. And when you run out of money, the bullies bully you and show the truth that should always be shown. But they don't until the money runs out. So they work for what? The devil. Because the devil likes the money. Let me know in comments, and you won't, because I've already got the devil on my ass. Like we talked about when people talk about fake accounts. They grab me the clips and copy everything. So when they rock up, they go, show your account. Probably not. Is that only got 10 clips on there? You want to see mine? Well, you don't even want to see it. I'm already fucked. I've got to explain to my mum and my mum's and people are getting worried. Now we've got to go put all this money. We're literally now got to do all this. I'm going to sue after this. Because now I've got to sell shit and that to make sure I'm going to get a fucking good lawyer. Money's not going to matter. The truth's going to matter. I'm going to get a team to go through the truth and with a lawyer and to make it work the way they want. And it's going to cost me a fortune. And then after that, that fortune's going to be charged to them because they love that system. Don't they? And that's what you got to do when you're the truth. And you got to make sure you get a good fortune because sometimes they use fortune to fight you. If you ever heard of people losing a lot of shit, that's the devil system. It likes to take a lot from all of us, doesn't it? And yet it could be free. Should be free. Should be paid by the government. That dude sits there and over there. We pay plenty of them. Should be free. It is free. The government, you pay him for that. They should have all the fucking time in the world. But now, see you later.